I recorded this and didn't hit record because I'm a fucking genius. Get out this manual clutch tutorial. So we're back stock, and I'll be back with you guys when it's done. Let's go on to a test track and let me teach you guys how to drive. So, I'm going to teach you guys how to drive manual with clutch. I could have swore I was recording. I guess I wasn't. I'm really upset with myself. I made this sick-ass wide-body RX-7. I fucking love it. If I had one in real life, this is exactly what it would look like. Chrome red with gold wheels and a wide body kit like this, because this looks absolutely aggressive and I fucking love it. But I'm going to teach you guys how to drive manual with clutch. So first off, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your settings, you're going to go to options, and then what you're going to want to do is go to controller. Now this is the controller layout that I'm teaching you guys how I know it, how to do it on manual with clutch. Now if you're on a different layout, kind of just figure it out where your buttons are and you'll kind of understand from there. But my clutch is my left bumper, my gas is right trigger, brake is left trigger, shift up is B, shift down is X, and my handbrake is A. I don't know if that really makes a difference for some of you if you're drifting, blah blah blah. So basically, first things first is what you're going to want to understand is your RPMs, which are the things down here on the right. Oh no, what's down here on the right just lets you know how high your RPMs are on your engine, and it kind of helps you when you should know when to shift your car and when you can downshift and when you should upshift, downshift, and all those other great things. The other thing is, most people when they start out in the game, real life it's different, but in the game you can just hold the gas or you can put the clutch in and hold the gas. It doesn't really make a difference, honestly, because either way you're going to go. So first, to get going, we're just going to put the clutch in, we're going to rev out, and see the car revs up, we're driving. So the thing is, you see how the car is getting a little louder and we're getting closer to that 10,000 RPMs, and as soon as we touch it, it starts to redline and it starts to bounce off of it. You don't want that to happen whenever you're driving. It kind of slows you down. It's not really good for your shifts. It doesn't help with clean shifts. So when it gets to that point, all you're going to do is you're going to take your finger off the gas, put the put your clutch in and press B to shift up, and then put your finger back on the gas. And as you see, we're going to take our finger off the gas, clutch in, press B. Clutch in, press B. Off the gas, and clutch in, press B. And you see how my shifts are getting smoother and smoother. So basically, the smoother your shifts, the better your times will be. Lap times, drag times, whatever the hell you're doing. Driving manual with clutch kind of gives you a little bit more control over the car, whether you want to downshift, you want to get into your power gear, power band, whatever you want to do. It kind of helps you in certain situations. Now, in some situations, some people say, like in drag races, it's better to drive an automatic. Some people still drive manual with clutch. It all depends on what your preference is and honestly how fast you are, and letting off that gas and jumping on the clutch and shifting up. So I'll show you again, and I'm going to insert a clip of how to shift up on your car. So basically all you're going to do is you're just going to start going. And then, like I said, you're just going to take your finger off the gas, clutch in B. Off the gas, clutch in B. Off the gas, clutch in B. And so the thing is, yeah, you can definitely touch 10,000 RPMs, but you have to understand, like, all cars are different. Some of them you can go a little bit deeper into that red line, and not all cars rev out at 10,000 RPMs. So it all just depends on the car that you're driving. Like this car, I can get pretty close to 10,000 RPMs without it redlining on me. But, some cars, they redline at 8,000, 9,000. But you see, I'm getting closer to it, but the closer that I get to it, I have to remember to shift, because sometimes it will, bounce off that rev limiter, and that's not something you want to do. What you don't want to do is, let's say you're touching that rev limiter or you're getting close to it. Let's say we're cruising, right? 9,000 RPMs. You don't want to keep your finger on the gas, because then the car will rev by itself and it'll bounce off that rev limiter, only because you're not giving the car a chance to switch gears. As you see, every time that I press B and I don't put the clutch in and my RPMs don't drop, it's bouncing off that rev limiter, and that's not really something that's going to benefit you whenever you're driving. And it does it again, and it'll happen again and again. So the thing is, you generally don't want to shift without putting your clutch in. And the thing is if you're driving in cockpit mode, you'll hear it. The car, what they do now in Forza 7 is they actually make a weird grinding noise. So let's say I don't put my clutch in, like, listen. You hear that noise? That's terrible. That's your gears, that's your transmission, don't fuck it up. So, speaking of downshifting, let's teach you guys how to downshift. So let's get up to speed. Let's say I want to get down to third gear. I'm going to take my finger off the clutch and press X. Now, the reason the car is sitting so high, like close to 10,000 RPMs, is only because we were going at a high rate of speed. Usually you want to rev match and do all that, but that's for real life. We're in a video game right now, so it doesn't really matter. So again, we're just going to get up to speed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the RPMs drop a little bit. Maybe use my brake, take my finger off the gas, put the clutch in, press X. And you see? Now, generally, you don't want to downshift all the way to first gear. That's only because that's just a rule of thumb whenever driving a standard stick, manual car, whatever you want to call it. You don't really downshift to first gear. So I'll show you guys again. So let's say I want to go down a gear. I'm going to start slowing down, take my foot off the gas, clutch in X. Clutch in X. And you see how we've slowed down. We have a little bit more control over the car. Like I said, there will be a clip of how to downshift right after this or in between this, before this, somewhere in there. Manual with clutch is not just for driving, you know, just on a regular track. It can be useful when drifting, sometimes in a drag strip, wherever you're at. You know, it can be used for a lot of different things, so learning how to drive it isn't a bad thing necessarily. It's actually a skill that you can have in the game, and even in real life that can help you out in situations in the game. Now, in real life, it might get you a smooth-ass ticket, but, you know, hey, do what you gotta do, man. But, on a side note, listen to this echo. That's crazy. That's fucking insane. They did an amazing job with this game. I mean, if there's anything that I missed, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything I missed I should go back over. But also, if you guys definitely enjoyed this video, though, please go down there and hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the video down below. And if there's anything that I missed or anything that I should do in the future, please let me know, because I'm always open for suggestions. Hopefully I hit the record button on this one, and if I did, you guys are seeing this video right now, and you should be going to hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching.